Next, Florida Carpenters Regional Council presentation. Joseph Stevens, the ICRA, Infection Control Risk Assessment Director. Let me just tell you, we had one of our meetings at the Carpenters Union Hall. I was amazed. I mean, I thought that carpenters were people with, saws and things like that. If you don't know what they're doing in healthcare with negative pressurization of buildings and all of these other healthcare facilities, you really need to find out. So, Mr. Stevens, you're recognized, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, all. Once more, my name is Joseph Stevens. I'm the ICRA Director for the Florida Carpenters Regional Council, which is the Florida division of the UBC. I'm here today to share with you a short presentation about a possible career path in healthcare construction for young people who are exiting the Broward County school system. And it's a short presentation, and I promise you, at 5 foot tall, a short presentation is all I'm capable of giving here today. So bear with me, we'll get through this quick. All right, ICRA is a term that is used within all healthcare facilities, and it's an anagram. It stands for Infection Control Risk Assessment. But technically, the ICRA is a document or a guideline that's used to determine patient risk groups whenever construction or maintenance is being performed within occupied healthcare facilities. But the UBC's ICRA program is a promise and a commitment to patient safety and positive patient outcomes. Because decades of performing work within occupied healthcare facilities has given the UBC a very unique perspective on patient risk, patient safety, and how to mitigate all risk through extensive classroom study and hands-on training. You see, the UBC has thousands of members nationwide, and each of those members is highly trained and industry certified to perform these tasks while simultaneously protecting patients from nosocomial infection. And it's for this reason that dozens of medical facilities throughout the state and perhaps thousands throughout the country recognize the UBC's ICRA program as the gold standard for healthcare construction education. You see, not only do we provide this training for our own membership, but we also provide this training for doctors, IP nurses, staff nurses, interim life-saving measures teams, and many more. When we provide this training to healthcare professionals, it's specifically designed to empower them to demand a strict adherence to the protocols that have been set forth within their own ICRA guidelines. When we provide this training to medical professionals, it always comes at no cost because it's our primary goal to create a culture of patient safety and positive patient outcomes within our industry. We're very committed to this level of training, and we pledge that any medical facility that takes advantage of our ICRA 8-hour awareness training and that goes on to adopt our ICRA bid language within their bid documents, their requirements for any job that's being performed within their facility, we will train each and every individual who sets foot on that project at absolutely no cost. And that's our commitment to positive patient outcomes. So at this time, I'd like to share with you a brief video that was created by our counterparts at the New England Regional Council Carpenters and under the direction of the UBC. And after that video is complete, I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.
ICRA is the Infection Control Risk Assessment. That's a 14-step process that facilities will go through to determine the type of containment that's needed for the type of project that's going to be undertaken.
When a hospital or an office setting, doctor's office, issues that ICRA permit, we want to make sure that as an instructor, everyone's trained to know how to follow those directions properly.
First and foremost, the program is focused entirely around patient safety. The ICRA program itself was developed through the help of a group of subject matter experts focused on infection control and epidemiology from across the country. Our International Training Center brought these folks in and brainstormed with them and came up with a curriculum that's now taught at over 250 training facilities across the United States.
ICRA is controlling contaminants. So we want to go in and assess, okay, what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, how to control contaminants that will come out of the area.
There's a 24-hour training program that the carpenters go through, and 16 hours of that program are in a classroom setting where we discuss awareness in the hospital, hazardous materials in the hospital, professionalism, code of conduct, the unique environment that a hospital presents. It's different from anywhere else that we might work.
It's made me a lot more aware of what we're putting in the air, that we're breathing in every day at work. I didn't even know what the word friable meant until I started this class. Now I see it constantly. It's like every time you wipe something or disturb anything, it's a puff of dust.
On a normal construction site, carpenters don't have to worry about dust generally. They're out in an open air environment. They don't have patients that could be seriously ill adjacent to their workspace. There's really very little concern for it in the outside. In a hospital, though, there's people that could live or die depending on the way we go about conducting ourselves and the way we approach our construction projects. We take great pride in producing the best qualified carpenters that money can buy for any contractor out there, but in particular in the healthcare sector, where we know it's a specialized and a unique environment.
The HEPA filters are obviously extremely important for the negative air because you're trying to eliminate contaminants, whether it's mist, vapors, dust, mold, down to 0.3 microns or less, or 99.97% air purification.
The carpenters will be taught how to build soft and hard wall containment walls. They'll learn about the new modular systems that are becoming more and more prevalent. They'll learn about the control of airborne and bloodborne pathogens. They'll also learn how to set up the negative air environments with the HEPA filters and how to monitor them. We'll build anterooms. We'll prepare the area for a real, true on-site environment.
As far as it looking like a hospital, we want to have them trained in an area that they might be working in when they go into a hospital. So we have the reception area, we have patient areas, we have waiting areas.
The idea of the program is to educate our members so that they can be the very best from the first minute they step onto the job.
We're pushing for an infection control. We want to make sure that the immune compromised are safe when we're doing our construction inside of a hospital.
Regardless of whether you're doing a renovation project or you're building a new building, it's important that we go about it in the right way, that we use our best practices, that we make sure that it's a clean and orderly site, and that we don't leave anything within the confines of those walls that could eventually turn into mold and create a negative environment for those patients that are sick that come there every day.
As I said, it is just amazing. People don't realize what a lot of the building trades do these days. And it's not just swinging a hammer or a shovel or using a saw. This is high-tech work that they're doing, and that's why they get paid appropriately. I keep saying high-paid, upper-middle-class jobs of the type that built this country and are not exportable to other countries. We've got to go back to these. So, sir, did you have any additional comments?
I just think it's important to note that that once more, this is just one possible career path for young folks that are exiting the Broward County school system. The UBC and the Florida Carpenters Regional Council offer many career paths that fall within our scope of work. As so was eloquently put, more than you could imagine. So please reach out to me if you have any students who may be interested in learning more about our programs. And I'd be happy to take any questions.
We have time for one or two only. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Looks like it was a complete presentation, so no questions. And Mr. Stevens, thank you for being here today.